On September 11th, 2001, I worked in Lower Manhattan, and this is my 9/11 story. On that day, we had a friend staying with us in town, and as we came out of the subway at John Street, my regular stop, I noticed that there were a lot of people kind of clogging the exit. Normally it's... And as we got up to the street, everyone was looking to the right and up. And one of the World Trade Center buildings was on fire, and more people coming behind us trying to get out of the subway. So we decided, let's get closer, get away from the crowd, and see what's going on. We found a spot at the corner of Nassau and Maiden, which is 3 blocks from the World Trade Center. My cell phone wasn't working. I happened to have my point and shoot camera with me. I can see people jumping out of windows, tumbling almost in slow motion, down, 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 one after another. And the only thing I could think of as to why there was a fire was maybe there was a gas leak. My phone rings. Oh, look, it's a Gen X phone. And it was my HR director, because I was the HR manager at this office. I said, the World Trade Center's on fire. And she said, a plane hit it. I'm thinking little plane, maybe clipped it. Never in my dreams did I think commercial passenger plane. And then the call drops. Next thing you know, there is this sound, and this fireball just comes at us slow motion. Burning paper, flying everywhere like fire confetti, raining down on us. This is my World Trade Center paper. 8/31/01, I don't know if you can see that. S. Scott 01's account. There was a lot of it everywhere. In my mind, I'm thinking the building just exploded. So it's time to get to my office and find out what's going on. And as I walk into my office, I say, the World Trade Center's on fire. And my coworkers say, the Pentagon's been hit. That's when I started shaking. That is what every Gen Xer has had nightmares about their entire life. Russia's coming, nuclear war, we're at war. We get on AOL Instant Messenger, and I get in touch with my husband who's in Times Square. And we decide we're gonna hightail it out of there and meet at our rendezvous place in the Lower East Side at a friend's house. And right as we're about to leave my office, we hear screaming, and there is this dust cloud rolling down the street, and people screaming and running with this thing behind them as it envelops them, and all the windows turn white. You can't see the building across the street. That was the first tower falling. We wait for the dust to settle a little bit, and then we're gonna make our move, and everyone in the office is ready to go when it happens again. Screaming, dust cloud, building 2, down. We finally decide it's time to go. All of us Lower Manhattanites start walking, all of us that could. We go to the Lower East Side, get on the roof of our friend's apartment, see the smoking hole, and eventually we walk home across the Manhattan Bridge because the Brooklyn Bridge is closed for emergency traffic. So we walk to our apartment. We had left our windows open that day because it was a beautiful September day, and our entire apartment was covered in a fine layer of dust from the towers. And the smell, if you were there, you know what I'm talking about. It was like a mix of burning carpet, plastic, and death. And it lasted for months and months. And like everyone else, we were glued to the TV trying to understand what had happened. And we saw the videos of the planes going in. That fireball was the second plane going in, but we were so close in the caverns of the skyscraper canyons that we didn't see it coming. We just saw it explode out at us. And the next morning we walked to the Brooklyn Promenade, police officers everywhere, people with newspapers, reading the headlines, flowers, memorials. We all kind of walked around like zombies in our own heads. But yeah, we weren't alone, if that makes sense, because we were all going through the same thing. We felt close to one another. And as time went on, that kind of went away. But I just wanted you to know what that felt like. And to all the people who lost their lives that day, we can't forget it, and I know I never will. And if you made it this far, thank you. Thanks for listening.